I'm in my cozy comfy clothes today because I don't want to get properly dressed, so I've got my like jogging bottoms on. It's Vlogmas day 9, or is it day 10? This morning you may have seen when I went on my walk, well, when we came home yesterday actually, we realised that there's a tree or a branch that's fallen, so the road was closed, so we had to go another way. And I went to check it out this morning, and yeah, a full branch has fallen off a massive tree and it's taken the power line with it, so that's obviously going to be need to be fixed, something that the storm has created. And there's also a smaller tree down the road that has also kind of obscured the road a little bit, so yeah, the storm really did batter the trees and everything. Luckily where we are, it's okay. No trees or no branches at our house or nearby came down. So that's really good. We have a Waitrose delivery coming this morning. I'm going to go next door and get my work done, make sure I'm on top of everything. And Tom usually comes in, he's ill today, he's got the same illness that I have, but I think he's been hit harder. So he's staying at home, but I'm going to go next door and just get on top of everything for the week. It really helps me so much. I use Notion to track everything, so it has like a weekly plan, and then I do my day-to-day plan, and there's also a monthly one which I reference, which is so helpful. If you don't have any kind of structure like that, I really recommend it for the new year to sort of figure out a new structure to kind of stay on top of things. I use the productivity method from Grace Beverly on Notion, which is excellent, and I've been using it, I feel like, for 4 or 5 months now. And I've kept it up. That usually doesn't happen. I often get new like books and I give them up, or like new productivity plans or to-do list plans, and I don't keep it up. This is the only one I've kept up because it makes sense for my brain. Without it, I'm thinking, oh gosh, there's all these things I have to do. And then when you actually just put it down on paper, you're like, well, actually, this is what I have to do. And I just have to work my way through it. So let's go next door with a cup of tea and get going.
Got a shed coming today to be put down here. I think this is all clean and tidy enough. I've had to move the patio tiles away, the spare ones. It was a bit of a mess back here before, but I thought I'd quickly film because I think they're supposed to be here in a minute, show you what it was like before and then show you what it was like after. The company we bought from come and install it included in the price, so hooray. I did think about jet washing that other area, but I don't think it needs it. This bit does though. So mucky.
Our food delivery has arrived. Please ignore this, I just had a piece of Marmite on toast. So let me show you what we got. So we get our delivery from Waitrose, sometimes Sainsbury's, sometimes I go into the shops. like the local shops. I've mentioned this before, I think, that I've stopped doing that so much recently just because of being more busy, and this alleviates that like pressure. I also often get a Riverford delivery on a Tuesday, but that tends to be every other week. So we have got 3 blocks of tofu. Some of this stuff is for videos I'm filming, so I'm doing a couple recipes for the Veganuary this week. So we're doing a tofu rigatoni and a just how to bake tofu properly, because it's a question I get a lot, and those will be live in January, so you can look forward to that. So I've got lots of tofu. We've got some cucumbers, honestly because I'm just craving them. I was thinking about using the baked tofu and having it with like some like pickled cucumber, but you know when you just mix it straight away with some like vinegar, sesame, soy sauce, some mirin, just making it really like a lovely like cucumber side salad sort of thing. I just want that so much right now. I've already had a packet of these, but this is their Eat Real lentil chips in just plain. Got some This Isn't Chicken. We get this most weeks now because we have pizza night on a Friday, and this is so good on pizza. Some Jazz apples. Cherry tomatoes, got 2 punnets of cherry tomatoes. I also thought I'd quite like some, like more of that tomato pasta that I had the other day. The Deliciously Ella sweet potato crunchy cracker thins with rosemary, paprika and mixed seeds. They have changed the packaging. It used to be in a bag, so it's quite nice that it's in a recyclable, you can recycle bags, but obviously it's still plastic. So I like that they've made the switch to cardboard. Spring onions and some salad, again, because I think that we'll have a little side salad with the cucumber. The tofu, a butternut squash, because I'm going to be making my butternut squash wreath, which is a Christmas recipe that's coming up soon, so I want to film that for Instagram. I also got some yogurt pots because I haven't had these in a while, but I've been liking my yogurt more recently. So I've got this coconut collab. I love that they come in the big tubs, because you can get obviously Greek yogurt in big tubs, but you can't typically get vegan yogurt in it. And this is one of my favourites because it tastes seriously good. I also do love the Coco's one, but it's so expensive comparatively, and this one has got live cultures and it's really, really good. So highly recommend. It tastes like heaven on earth, to be honest with you. And then I've got the Alpro like little flavoured tubs. We've got a red onion for a recipe. Looks like Alex has already dug in. I think he had this for breakfast, but this is the Nush creamy almond milk spread. Some chickpeas for, I think Alex is going to make a chana masala this week. Some pine nuts for the wreath, which is also going to be made with the short crust pastry. Some rigatoni for the, oh no, they've substituted it. We're going to have to go to the shops. Usually that wouldn't be an issue, but the recipe is specifically a rigatoni. Although maybe I could change it so it's just like a meaty pasta. Now I'll ask Alex, he may be going out today. I've got some grapes. I'm maybe going to freeze these because frozen grapes are a top tier snack that I just forgot about and I absolutely love. Some stork because, what was this for? We've run out and I think I'm baking something. It evades me, but I'm baking something this week. I've got some crackers because we've got loads of the vegan cheese left over from our taste test. So I thought we'd get some crackers so we can enjoy that in the evenings or as a snack for lunch, that kind of thing. So we've got the Cars Melts caramelised red onion, and I love the plain cream crackers. These also sound great though. We've got some baked potatoes because I really wanted some jacket potatoes with baked beans. Some sage for the wreath, stocked up on some plain white flour. Some milk. I wanted to try Plenish again because I don't know if I've tried the barista. I usually have Oatly, but Alex was telling me about, there was a list of all the different milks, the non-dairy milks, and how ethical they were in terms of like, I guess, who the investors are, who it's owned by, and Plenish was one of the better ones. So I thought, you know, if it's similar and I can't taste that much of a difference, especially because I don't have coffee anymore, I have decaf. So it's not like I used to have 2 coffees every day and now I have a decaf. Sometimes, I don't always, but I often have more tea than I have coffee. So I thought maybe I'll give this a try if this is a bit more of a ethical one. I thought also Minor Figures was also high on the list. I'll leave a link to it if I remember, if Alex sends it to me, because I think it's interesting. Maybe some of you would be interested. Also Waitrose at all the supermarkets I think is better because they do support more farmers and like smaller businesses. I noticed I can get a lot more vegan food in Waitrose, a lot more organic food, and I know the one local to us anyway has a whole section dedicated to Cornish produce, which is amazing. So we also have Mutty, the best chopped tomatoes ever. Some more chickpeas for the chana masala and some peanut butter because we've run out of peanut butter. So there's our shop. Feels very healthy. I think because we've got loads of food in already from last week doing that. Oh, oranges. We also got some oranges because it's Christmas time and this is the best time of year to eat oranges. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of food in the freezer from the taste test we did. So this is kind of like a little fresh top up in a way. So I'm gonna put this all the way in the fridge and I'm gonna make myself some lunch. It's a bit early for lunch, but I'm kind of fancying some lunch now. What I will make though, who knows? Let's open these and try these because I forgot what they taste like. What?
I forgot what they taste like, just need to check.
Let's see if they've got a plastic bag inside. No, they've got foil, that is better, isn't it? Easy to recycle.
No.
Well, it is household because most people don't take plastic to the supermarket to recycle it, whereas you can recycle this.
That's not metal though, it's plastic.
Oh yeah, okay. So why did they put it in a cardboard box?
So it looks good on a shelf.
Yeah, I thought it was to reduce plastic.
I guess crackers, yeah, you want to keep them fresh. So
you have to, yeah. I mean, I'm not criticising them, they have to use plastic for it.
Maybe, you know, some of those
this
plastics,
and Nush.
sometimes there's like less plastic.
That tastes like Christmas. It's because of the rosemary.
Okay, I might need to have a taste.
Mmm.
The only thing about these last time is when you get to the bottom, they're all broken up. I think that's...
Maybe that was why they did the cardboard box.
I always thought it was. Oh no, it wasn't. It was in a bag.
Yeah, but maybe that's why. Maybe because people complained that it was all broken up.
It's still broken.
Neither of mine, none of mine are broken.
Yeah, it's not really an issue.
Well, we'll find out.
Mm. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah.
Delivery. What's in here, Al? Alex is my
beer.
Alex is my protein powder orderer.
Oh. It's not beer.
This is my protein powder I get. Chocolate hazelnut?
Oh, I got one chocolate hazelnut.
Oh, so you can have that?
Yeah, I thought that sounded fun.
But you actually want to have protein powder?
Yeah.
What's this?
That was like their Black Friday deal.
Ooh.
Comes with a free bottle of beer. No, it's just
multivitamin. Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know they did that.
So it's all vanilla.
Yeah, I like vanilla the best because you can put it in smoothies easier.
That's what I figured, because that can change it.
Also, as a
shake on its own.
As a protein powder on its own, it's also delicious.
And this should last you enough.
This is my favourite one because it's vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, GMO-free. It's got organic things in it. It's got BCAAs. It's got digestive enzymes. It's plant-based. It's just one of the best ones I've tried.
The only one I've really tried that tastes nice.
Yes, I agree.
And also all the packaging, look how lovely.
I love the packaging. They're just definitely my fave. Roxy is saying to Alex, it is 7 minutes past 4 and my clock in my brain is telling me, Daddy, it's 7 minutes past 4. How do dogs know the time? By the way, she gets fed at 4.
There we go.
So she does this until Alex feeds her. Do you reckon it's to do with the light outside? Like, how do they know? They just have this amazing body clock.
I guess also...
They probably get a hunger cue at that time.
Or if she's been for a walk.
But you often walk, you don't necessarily always, you feed her sometimes before you walk her, depending on the day.
But she knows that she's been walked and yet no dinner has been forthcoming.
I think it has to be to do with her hunger cues. Like, she must feel hungry at this time.
You want some dinner? Dinner?
She's like, come on.
Bye.
God,
Dinner?
it's orange, this lighting. Whoa.
No.
She's off.
Dinner? Okay, come on.
Okay, so I'm in my comfies because, this time of year you just want to lie around and be comfy sometimes. I feel like this vlog, I don't know when I last vlogged, it's been one of those funny vlog days. I am just uploading today's Vlogmas and it's late. Eek, first one that's been late, which is not bad going on day 11. Got to do the thumbnail and the title. We got a shed today. I think Alex showed you it maybe before it went in or maybe after. I'm going to go out and show you and you can give me your opinions on what we should do. We either need to stain it wood coloured, paint it, or just stain it with a colour. I think we should stain it a colour. I think we should stain it a deep green because you can get those woods like shed stains that are coloured, because I am assuming the reason you do that is because it's much easier to maintain than painting it all the time, because obviously paint will chip and get dirty, whereas if you're staining it, the actual wood, that should last longer. You don't have to touch it up as often, I hope. And I feel like a deep green would work because it's a very classic shed colour and it will blend in with nature and just, yeah, complement the blue well as well. But it's exciting to have a shed. It's one of those things, this is so boring, I'm sorry, but like it's one of those things that we've always needed and we kept on putting off because we were like, we need to go to the shed place. We tried to find cheaper sheds and we basically in a roundabout way realised that when you order sheds online, they have awful reviews. So we just went with the Cornwall Shed Company locally because they can assemble it and it's going to be good quality and it's like not that much more expensive compared to when you're buying them online. You're not really sure of the reliability of them. And
for installation, it was basically the same price.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have done ourselves, but also...
Oh, God.
Couldn't be bothered.
No, like, and they would do it properly and well, and we finally have a shed, which is crazy. For a house this size and a garden that size, we don't have a shed. Because, to be honest, well, no, as in, like, if you own a home with a big garden, you need a shed. What?
Yeah, when you've got the lovely cars like we do, yeah, when you don't have a garage or a shed, yeah.
He is a bully.
Can you imagine
and
having
a hater.
Such a large amount of land and you've no shed?
Alex! But you have if you have a garden, you need a shed.
Where does the groundskeeper keep his tools?
He's just trolling me now. Yeah, we demolished the old, like, what was it? What would you call it? Not a shed. It was a outdoor outbuilding. Because to be honest, I really look back and that's one of, if I was to give my biggest renovation regret, that would be one of them. Would you agree? We demolished that. I felt pressured by the builders we had at the time.
Well,
it was like a snowball of events that happened with that, wasn't it?
The reasoning was that it was just like blocks. It was block and then like an asbestos roof, apparently. And so the idea was that you could put all the blocks, the land we were digging out for the patio, we could put that almost like as a base, and that will be, you know, rather than paying loads and loads of money for like soil and aggregate to fill in, you could pay a bit less for, you know, all that stuff because you've already got something to fill in the big hole that we created, you know, with the
septic tank. Yeah.
And that was great, and then we ended up not really needing to use it, and then we had to pay someone to take the blocks away, and that whole situation, that was like right before we got married, and it was like we weren't thinking straight, and yes. So there was a reasoning, but it didn't work out. But
it's one of those renovation regrets because of the fact that we when surprises happen, you have to make decisions just then and there. So when we were doing the patio, when we were doing the garage, sorry if this is so boring, but when we were doing the garage, we had to wait for the windows because there was a delivery delay because of, I think, backlog from the pandemic. So we had to wait for the windows, and the builders were like, well, do you want us to start on the patio? Because you're going to need to be able to walk into the garage. So at the very least, we can resurface the area outside the garage. So even if you don't put patio down now, like slabs down, you need to like decide the design. At least that area is cleared, like, because it was all like garden, like bushes and plants. At least that's cleared so you can get in without creating muddiness and stuff. So we're like, yeah, great, they did that. And then they discovered that the septic tank, they came across like a pipe that was broken in the septic tank because we'd had it emptied and it kept on filling back up. And they were like, yeah, your septic tank's fucked because there was pipes broken, rubber pipes broken. And so we got someone around who was a septic tank guy, and he said, yes, you need to get a new septic tank. You don't need to just fix it, you need a new one. Yeah. So we had to get a new one in a whole different location in the garden, fill that one. So the builders were like, well, I know you've mentioned about demolishing or fixing up the outbuilding because we wanted to put a roof on it. He was like, I would just demolish it and then use that to fill the septic tank. And I was a bit like, okay, I guess. At that point,
we should have just said,
pause.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait. We're not in a rush, even though it felt like we were in a big rush.
Because we had the wedding coming up. We were like, we want the patio done. We want this whole thing done. We don't want to be spending any more money on this. So we rushed the decision.
Spoiler, we spent a lot more money on it.
We spent a lot more money on it. We had to get different people to do it in the end because it was taking too long and they were taking a bit of advantage of us, I think, of taking so long. So the outbuilding, I really look back in hindsight and think I was in that stage of when you're renovating, sometimes you have this like real perfectionist mindset because you're making so many decisions and you're thinking so deeply about what you're doing and all these tiny details that in reality don't matter. I was looking at that asbestos like corrugate roof and I thought, oh, that's so ugly, when actually I've since then looked at like other houses on like Pinterest or like in magazines. They often have those outbuildings on farms and they look charming. And it's not dangerous if you're not touching it or moving it, asbestos. It's dangerous if you, obviously not great if you're living in a house, but if it's in an outbuilding, in a shed, which you're not touching the roof, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's actually dangerous when you move it. So in hindsight, we should have just painted it, made it look a bit nicer because it had a really cute window. It was a lovely thing to look out from in the kitchen. We should have put some pots of plants. Now we have a horrible gap.
Gosh, we bought a window for it as well.
We bought a window for it. We got a window commission for it. When we did the windows, we were like, let's get one for that because we're going to put a new roof on to fix the asbestos roof and put a new window on so we can actually use a window and like we can get in like a proper door so it can be like a proper outbuilding like that we could use for storage. So I did have a plan for it and I feel like I was just like waylaid by other people's opinions. And now since then, for the last few years, we've had just this empty space next to the stairs that looks awful. It looks just like, it just looks so bad. And then
makes the stairs look silly.
Makes the steps look silly. It there's like no wall behind it. And it is definitely one of my biggest renovation regrets because it's almost like part of the character of the home. And I remember when we first moved in, on the first video I filmed and uploaded to my Instagram was all these different shots of the outside of the house. And that was one of them. I remember thinking, oh, it's so cute. We've got this little outbuilding. It probably wasn't that old. It was probably like in the 20th century built, maybe in the 50s or something, or 60s. But like it had charm. And I really regret that. Would have been cute if we just painted it and put some pots and plants and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're probably going to put another shed there or some kind of like log store or something. We'll make it nice when we do the front of the house. But there's always stuff that ends up happening like this that you regret and you can't go back on it. Yeah, damn. I really look back and think, why on earth did we demolish that?
Yeah, well, if that's the worst that happens with this house.
I mean, there are quite a few other things.
Yeah, I mean that whole if we learned from all the things we did wrong in the first 2 years of living here, then
don't rush.
Yeah, don't
biggest
rush.
lesson.
Don't rush. Isn't all.
Don't rush, and if things have to be done by deadline, they don't always have to be. You can say to a builder or contractor, say, I need a week to think about this. I don't want to rush this. Even if you have something coming up. I mean, it's not always easy to do that because you can't sometimes, but. Yeah, those sorts of situations. If you're not building a new house and there's no like timeline in terms of like the weather or anything or budgets and stuff, if you're just doing a renovation at your house, just wait. Don't rush it. Because I think if we'd waited, I would have had some hindsight and gone, wait, no, we don't need to demolish that now. Because that costs to do that.
Yeah, well, the idea was it wouldn't cost, it would save money.
I look back and I think that they were just trying to create different side quests so they could keep working for us.
Well, yeah. So do you want me to go show the shed?
Yeah, I just need to do this video and I'll come with you.
Oh, okay, because I showed the empty patch this morning.
Okay, this is a little dark. But here is our shed. Looking pretty good. It smells nice, it smells like new heated wood. We need to even out the gravel so this can open better. We want to get shelves inside, so I think we need to look on Facebook either for like freestanding shelves for now, and then later on we can install some, like put some actually in.
And you're happy with the window?
Yeah, the window's fine. They did the window wrong, we wanted a bigger one, but it doesn't matter. Okay. I don't care enough for them. You said more shelf space. Yeah, well, it gives more shelf space, but they said it's a security window. And this is the company, if you want the information. In Cornwall. Let's see how our jacket potatoes are going. I shoved these in here ages ago and I kind of forgot about them. Oh, whoops. They're a little toasty. Oh well. Let's cut inside and feel how soft they are. Oh gosh, they're really... I have burnt them. I was smelling them like an hour ago. Not an hour ago, like 10 minutes ago, thinking I need to check those. And I didn't, so let's see. I got sucked into editing. That's okay. I'll just have the less crispy one. Oops. They weren't the biggest of potatoes. That looks pretty great inside actually, so I'm happy with that. Let's smush it down a little bit. Chuck a bit of vegan butter. Tell me what order you do things in. I like to do some butter underneath and kind of mush that in a bit to the potato. I feel like this is just not big enough, is it? I think I'm gonna have to do both because that's just like a normal potato. That's not a baked potato. I'm gonna put this one in as well. I've just cut off that majorly burnt piece. That's more like it. More like a baked potato size. Some butter, smush it in. I like to do a little bit of cheese underneath, so you get a bit of cheese into the actual potatoes. I don't really have this meal very often, so I know I'm acting like I'm an expert at it, because this is not something I have a lot, to be honest. I just fancied it. It's time of year for this kind of food. Do a bit of seasoning. Pepper. A little bit of salt. And then we pour over our baked beans. I like to do a whole tin. And then of course top it off with some extra cheese. And we have a classic bowl of carbohydrates that is all I need today. So excited to eat this. What a fast, easy dinner.
I made some roast potatoes. I had them with this. Delicious. What are you after?
Just before we do the questions, I want you to see what our view is. This is what we're looking at.
Roxy?
She's angry I stopped stroking her. You're making the same joke you made last time.
What do you mean last time?
You did that before. You in this exact spot. You folded your arms and were like...
I guess because I've been given about a fifth of the sofa.
Well, I don't know where I'm supposed to... You calling me fat?
No, well, I just calling you selfish.
Okay, so... the question, you have to leave us questions because I think... Oh, Zeus, you want to join? It always becomes a family affair, doesn't it? Because I think you're all laughing at our chats at the end of the day, but you're forgetting to ask questions. So ask us a question. But one of the questions we did get asked was, have you read any good books recently?
Nope.
Okay, well then I'll answer.
I probably have. You answer one, I think.
Well, I've been reading ACOTAR for about 2 years. Well, no, okay. I started the first ACOTAR, Court of Thorns and Roses, if you're not familiar, by Sarah J. Maas. And then I didn't read any more. I think I read like the first few chapters of the second book straight after. And then the thing with reading with me is I really get into reading. Like I get into a phase where all I do is read, and then something else comes into my life and then it just disappears completely. Which really winds me up because I love reading. But like I'll get into a TV show, or I'll really get into something at work, or I'll like just change my mind, don't I went through a phase where I was like reading every day at like lunchtime.
Yeah, you were.
And in the evenings I got hooked. So I've just learned now to accept that that's what I'm like. So I was reading that.
Normal, comes and goes.
Yeah, I think that's normal. I recently finished the second one and the third one, and I think I'm on the fourth one. And they're great. If you haven't read her books, the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, I'd really recommend it. It's called like romantasy as a theme, and it's not a theme that I had really read much of before.
Romantasy.
Yeah, and it's so great because it's true escapism, because you're escaping into another world. And I also love listening to books. If you have been like struggling to read, then listen to books. And the book that I loved, I need to get the title right, but it's something like I'm Glad My Mum Died. Let me find it. Are you logged in? Yeah, it's I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jeanette McCurdy. So she was like a Nickelodeon actress, and it was such a fantastic memoir of her life, because she talks about her really difficult relationship with her mum, but she also opens up about her experience with being a child actor, and also she speaks more candidly and vulnerably and openly about her eating disorder than I have ever heard anybody before. And that was obviously extremely touching for me, because some of the things she expressed I had never heard anyone else express, and I could really relate to lots of the things she was discussing. And she's just so funny. It's very short, quick chapters. She's got such good wit and humour, and it's just fascinating because it's a whole world of, you know, growing up with an abusive parent, having difficult relationships, her experience being a child actor on Nickelodeon, and everything that comes with it. It was just absolutely incredible, and I'd really recommend listening to it because it's voiced by her. So you're really just hearing her speak about her life, which, yeah, I listened to it in like a day or two because I loved it so much. You got a recommendation?
I've been listening to all 8 of the Slow Horses books.
Wow.
Because I was enjoying the TV show, and I didn't realise there were so many books. And then I read, this was over the summer-ish time, August, I read Dust. The books, the trilogy of books.
What's Slow Horses about?
The Silo series is based on Apple TV. Slow Horses is about the British Intelligence Service, and it's about a kind of group of rejects called the Slow Horses. So they've all made some sort of mistake in their job, and they get shunted to this department. And I think it's popular because Gary Oldman is the main character, basically, in the Apple show.
Yeah.
I think he was just nominated for a Golden Globe for it today.
And what's Dust about?
Dust is about, it's Silo, although they're not called Silo. People living in an underground silo.
So this is good because you can read these books and watch the TV show.
Yeah, start it again. And what was I reading now? Mainly I'm trying to read Foundation again. The Foundation trilogy, because I'm watching the TV show. I'm struggling with that a bit.
Let us know your book recommendations in the comments. When I finish the ACOTAR series, I think I'm going to try Fourth Wing. So that's another of that kind. I boasted about this book to you, the 100 Objects in Women's History or something along those lines. Again, I forget the name. And then I haven't listened to it much since, so I need to get back into it. But let me know your favourite Audible books, because I think that there is like a whole sector of books. Specifically, I think memoirs are great, or books about like non-fiction books, non-fiction books that are about history or interesting topics, memoirs, or like books that have been read by, like, you know, like Harry Potter, where it's read by Stephen Fry, or I listened to all of the Northern Lights series because that was kind of acted out. But there's like specific books that are great on Audible, and then some of that are better to actually read.
Sometimes I'll do it if I really like the narrator. I really like the Slow Horses narrator. So now I'm listening to another book by the same author and the same narrator.
Yeah. Narrator.
Narrator.
I say narrator.
This book. Do you like the sound of this book?
No, that cover alone just says absolutely not to me.
What's it called?
The Mercy of Gods. This is just for boys, isn't it? This is a boy book.
Well, that's, if you've watched or read the Expanse series, all 9 books, that's the new series by the same authors.
No thanks. Leave us a question.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Leave us a question. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a little book emoji if you got to the end. And subscribe if you've been watching Vlogmas and loving it and you realise you're not subscribed. And we'll see you tomorrow. We're 10 days into Vlogmas.
Doing this tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and then the day after that, and then the day after that, and then the day after that until the 24th. 24th? No, the 23rd. 23rd. Wait, 23rd? 24th. I know some people do it until Christmas Day. We don't do that.
No, because we did it the end of November.
Yeah.
So it's one day out. Yeah, so you
but
finish
some people,
the 23rd, do it on the 24th.
Some people vlog their Christmas Day. I've never done that because that's where I draw the line. I do not want to be working on Christmas Day.
No.
I understand the temptation because this job is like kind of keeping a diary, and Christmas Day is like the best day.
Yeah.
But there's a pressure to vlog.
Yeah.
Also, my family I don't really put on the internet, and they're not really on the internet, so that would be really difficult and weird. Me getting a camera out.
I fit the sweet spot.
If I had a family who were all online or something, maybe. But I've just been playing around with my earring and I've hurt myself. Let's take it out. I've had that issue where I had my ears pierced twice, and I think that they've now just blended together. The two ear holes on this side. Anyway, that's too much information.
Grim.
Bye.
Bye.